Approximately 100 aircrafts are getting 30,000 new seats in Lufthansa. Germanwings-Pilots did sign contracts with a personal agency. Then Lufthansa has, maybe in the summer, a hot summer because of staff strikes. Lufthansa tickets, and that is what passengers say are getting more expensive, but not the value and not worth the money. Lufthansa A380 decision is coming in July. 10 times of the Miles & More award miles when it comes to buying wine. And deal zone Lufthansa business class to Seoul, a deal which is maybe interesting for you. My name is Lars and I'm here to bring you more miles, more points and more status. Do not forget to subscribe, to ring the bell that you get notifications when we are putting up new videos or when we are going live. Who knows when this is going to happen. And very important, leave us a like for today's show and comment. Thank you for doing so. Lufthansa is waiting for the 777X. But the aircraft is not coming as soon as they expected it. I mean, 2025 it's coming. They were expecting it how many years ago? So there is a little bit of a trouble, and the seats of Lufthansa Group are not as good as competition. I mean, it cannot be that they are leasing used aircrafts from Philippine Airlines and the seats are better than that what they are having in their aircrafts now. Especially when you see that they got from Skytrax 5 stars for their product, but the product what they get the stars for was never in the air. So basically Lufthansa never was a 5-star airline. Very important in my opinion. Who complains and whines? Not a 5-star airline. It's a joke. And then they are expecting the 350s coming soon and 787s. But what is so special about the 350s? Because they have already 350s in the fleet. The 350s, 10 of them are getting the first class. And the first class will be the one row in the front, which should be very luxurious, and the first class passengers should be really waiting for it to get the new experience, especially when you think that the actual first class is already over 10 years old. So there is something needed to change that. Business class seats and premium economy class seats, which you know already from Swiss, that are the same, only the color settings they are from a little bit more bluish for Lufthansa. So that is nice, and the 747-8s should get the new business class seats as well. And so we are coming to 30,000 new seats and 100 jets approximately. Did I say premium economy, business class, first class? So it's all 4 classes which are getting new seats. What is your opinion? Do you think that Lufthansa was in the need of new seats? Or do you think, hey, in economy class there's no big changes, that is just what it is? Let us not think too much about it. In my opinion, I'm looking forward to the new first class and business class. Cannot get worse, or cannot? Germanwings-Pilots are moving when it comes to the company. Why? They are moving to a kind of Lufthansa CityLine 2. Lufthansa was saying that they're closing Germanwings, and even the company is not in the register anymore. The last flight they had as Germanwings is already 2 years old. That was a flight on the 24th of March in 2020 from Hamburg to Munich. That flight number was Eurowings 1979, and you see it was even not a real Germanwings flight. It was a wet flight or wet lease flight for Eurowings. So a lot of crews have already changed from the company Germanwings to the in German you call it Auffanggesellschaft. It's a company where you put all the employees together, that they have the chance to get a new job, or they get helped until they have a new job. And this Lufthansa CityLine 2, that is how they call it in the company, is already founded, and the company is working and running. 175 subscriptions or sign-ups are already there. where the people want to sign the new contracts, but already until the 15th of June, already 133 pilots and have signed for that. Question is, what happens to the other one? I think the problem is that in the Lufthansa fleet, they have now too many contracts and too many people who can now work against each other and not together anymore. And that is the problem which leads to the problem in the summer. So, how should I say it? The pilots are having a so-called Perspektivvertrag, that is perspective contract or something, which guarantees them 325 aircrafts in the main fleet of Lufthansa. But this contract was cancelled by Lufthansa. And so the pilots are not happy. And I'm pretty sure that they will be in summer on strike because they want to fight for their right. And for us as passengers, it's a big problem. Even if that is divided now, of course, on three companies where you have Lufthansa CityLine, Lufthansa CityLine 2. It has a different name as a company, but still it's the same concept. So for us, that is nothing which is a benefit. What do you think? Do you think that the strike is something we can just forget and hope that it's not happening? Or do you think it's important that the pilots are going on strike to fight for their rights? I think it's a luxury problem depending on the contracts they have. As they say that the contracts in the new company are the same like in the Germanwings. Today in the forum, for example, there's someone who wrote that Lufthansa is getting worse, that Lufthansa check in first class, business class, economy class on a normal Sunday today, and the picture is here somewhere, and you see the pictures that Lufthansa Express Air Rail terminal, there's only one person who's trying to help and no real help, and people of course are understanding that there are trouble with Corona and that people got fired and that everywhere is a kind of, in German you call it service desert, Servicewüste, and that is the problem, that the people are not getting any more champagne, they get the German Sekt, which is basically the same product, but the name is different because it's not coming from the Champagne region. Or marketing, I don't know. I have my P2 bottle, so I have my champagne, and that there's only apricot marmalade and instead of Nutella, and that the breakfast croissants and even the fruit yogurt you get in the morning is frozen still. So it's not that the people are happy with the product, and that is a real problem when it comes to food on board and passenger satisfaction, especially in the first and business class. That is the main product issues they have. Economy class customers say they have no service, but Lufthansa just reduced the service, especially in economy light, that you have no seat which you can book for free. You have to pay on the 21st, which is in 2 days, for 25 euros your seat. Otherwise you have a problem. And one customer on Twitter wrote, what is happening with Lufthansa when you think about it, that the flights cost much more than with other airlines, then you expect good service, punctual flights and enough food for the whole flight. But we get so small portions that the people are starving. I myself, I never starved in a Lufthansa flight, maybe because I have heavy bones, I don't know. But I had always enough food, but did you have always enough food? Do you think that the food is getting worse? I mean, of course, I understand that in economy class that you have to pay for your food nowadays, especially in the European flights. But I found my peace with it. Even with Air Baltic there, I buy my food $11.99. The only disadvantage I see is in Air Baltic, for example, you can pre-order your food. In Lufthansa, you have to hope that it's loaded. And that is something which is, in my opinion, not a benefit. Then the next problem is that when you call Lufthansa, the Senator hotline, which is one of the best customers, or the Horn Circle hotline, that the waiting times are 1, 2, 3 hours, depending on the time when you call. And when you have trouble with luggage, the same, that nobody is available. That with the luggage I can understand, because when I call, for example, Hamburg and say, hey, my luggage didn't make it, they say, we have no idea who you are, we don't want to talk to you, if they answer. Because it's a service company, it's not Lufthansa where you're talking to, you are talking to companies like Visa or other service providers. And of course they have not enough staff. But is this a problem for us as passengers? Is this a problem we have to deal with? No, I don't think so, because I think that Lufthansa should deal with it. And that is something which is saddening me, that the service is not anymore their priority. And then they say that the people on the ground are already driven by fear, because they don't want to take decisions because they are scared that they have consequences, and especially when they do something for the benefit of the passengers. I have the feeling that they cannot do things because the system blocks it, but that is a different story. I don't know. Do you have any experience with that? Do you say, hey, that is a problem, or what is happening? Especially when you see, of course, that the most expensive ticket is 22,650 euros from Frankfurt to San Francisco and return, then, hey, the service has to be damn good. But on the other side, would you fly for that money? I wouldn't. So I cannot tell you. But my first class flights to San Francisco or Los Angeles were always good with Lufthansa, not something to write home about, because it was never that good that you were wowed, but it was always in the expectation range, in my opinion. But I'm looking forward to your comments down here. A topic that people are talking a lot about is the 380. The 380 is an aircraft, you love it or you hate it. I think the passengers mostly love it. Only the people who are working for it to make it fly, or actually have to pay for it when it comes to finances, they hate it, because the aircraft is not as good when it comes to cost efficiency. But Lufthansa is now discussing if it's coming back to the fleet. It used to be a rumor, but now it's quite so that Lufthansa is really thinking and looking into it, and they said that they will decide within the next 6 weeks. Why are they needing the time? Because it depends on Boeing. Boeing's 777 are already in the fleet of Swiss, the 777-300, and that would be complementing the fleet so well, because if you would have the option of the 3+1, 3 flying, 1 spare, or 6 flying, 2 spare of the 380s, for them it would be 1,000 people they have to train on the aircraft, and that is something which is really taking time and a toll. So for that reason, the 777 would be, in my opinion, the better choice, and that is the better choice Lufthansa thinks as well. But they will decide until July, maybe end 6 weeks, that it's coming back. If Boeing cannot deliver, and there should be some whitetails standing around of the 777-300ER, then 380. Maybe we get lucky, but it will be a very, very short period that this 380 will fly. What is your opinion? Do you think that the 380 should fly again in Lufthansa Group, or do you say, I don't care? Looking forward to your answers. If you're living in Switzerland and you are with Coop, then you can get 10 times the miles for your favorite wines. When you buy the wines for 300 Swiss francs, then you get, the value has to be above 300 Swiss francs, then you get 10 times the miles. And 2,000 wines are available, you can select from, and you get the delivery for free. Very simple, very easy, and keep in mind, if you order them, you get the miles 2 weeks after the end of the promotion. Some get them earlier, mostly all get them earlier, but that is what they always say. Deal Zone. We have today a deal that is the airfare from London to Seoul with Lufthansa, approximately 1,750 euros. Booking class is P, and there are no day or time restrictions. Advance reservation, of course, at least 30 days before departure, 8 days minimum stay. Maximum stay would be 12 months. One stopover is permitted. It's £100, which is 115 euros, I think. Cancellation is not possible because the ticket is not refundable, but changes are permitted. Be advised that the changes cost money. Fare difference is the keyword. Booking class P, I will give you the mileage for that later. But keep in mind that this is one of the cheapest flights. Only LOT would be cheaper, but it's a very rustic product. Lufthansa can be a very rustic product as well, so that is nothing we should be scared of. Now to the miles. If you are collecting your miles with Miles and More, you get 12,066 miles plus the executive bonus if you are FTL, Senator or Horn Circle. And keep in mind 1.5 times if you are booking after the 1st of flying, actually after the 1st of July. Scandinavian Airlines SAS brings you 12,066 miles, and very important here is to keep in mind that you should use always the connection via Munich or Frankfurt to Seoul, so that is, in my opinion, one of the best. Thank you for watching today, Frequent Traveler TV Takeoff with the Lufthansa Group update on this Sunday. And thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for hitting the subscribe button, thank you for hitting the bell, the notification button, and thank you for watching tomorrow again and looking for your comments down here. Don't be shy. I'm looking forward. Thank you. Bye.